In 1948, Skeeter's Cafe was the place to be in Jayton, Texas. Skeeter Lewis made the best hamburgers in town, and really good fountain cokes too. But Patricia and her friends would have gone there anyway. It was where the young people gathered to visit, laugh, and keep an eye on whoever happened to walk through the door. One afternoon, Patricia was sitting in a booth with her friends Jody, Jean, and Pat when a tall young stranger stepped inside with Sleepy Browning. Patricia saw him first. She leaned across the table and whispered excitedly, "Wow, don't look now, but a real good-looking boy just walked through the door." Then she added the expression every girl understood back in those days, "Hubba-Hubba." Naturally, all three girls immediately tried to look while pretending they weren't looking at all. "Don't look now," Patricia warned frantically. "He might see us." That only made them giggle harder. The new boy was tall, at least 6 feet, and Patricia especially noticed that. She was not quite 13, but she was already 5 feet 7 inches tall, and taller than every boy in her class. A tall, handsome stranger was something worth noticing. Pat had heard that Gordon Hamilton's son might be moving back to Jayton. Her mother had also said that he could sing. That made Patricia even more curious. When the girls finally got up to leave, they had to walk right past the counter where the young man was sitting. Patricia tried not to stare, but just as she passed him, he turned around. Their eyes met, and he smiled. Patricia smiled back, and then practically floated out the door. The moment she reached Jean's Jeep, she burst into giggles. "He smiled at me! He really did! Oh my goodness, Hubba-Hubba!" That evening, Patricia hurried home and told her mother everything in one breath. Her mother laughed and said, "Slow down, Patricia. His name is Bobby Elbert Hamilton." She remembered him too. Years earlier, when he was a little boy, she had played the piano for him while he sang at the Baptist church. Patricia could hardly believe it. Her own mother already knew the handsome stranger. Before long, Bob began attending church in Jayton. Patricia listened as he sang in the choir and thought he sounded just like Perry Como, only better. Eventually, Bob and Patricia began sitting beside each other in the choir. Patricia made certain to sing in her very best alto voice, so he would know that she could sing too. Apparently it worked. Soon they were singing duets together. Sometimes Patricia played the piano while they sang, with Bob sitting close beside her on the piano bench. She began practicing more at home, hoping to play even better the next time. Bob also asked her to stop calling him Bobby Elbert. "Just call me Bob," he told her. Patricia liked that name very much. Then came their first real date, and at Patricia's 13th birthday party that December, Bob stayed after the other guests had gone home. Together they danced beside the record player while Patricia's scratchy 78 of Louis Armstrong's Blueberry Hill played again and again. That was the night Patricia knew Bob truly liked her. Before long, they were going steady. Bob drove a 1947 Ford pickup and wore a brown leather jacket during the cold months. Patricia loved riding beside him, and for the rest of her life, the smell of real leather would carry her straight back to those young days with Bob. They sang together at church, went dancing and dating, and filled their days with music, laughter, and the first excitement of being in love. One Saturday night, Bob and Patricia were riding around with their good friend Sleepy Browning when they stopped in front of Skeeter's cafe. Instead of going inside, the three of them stayed in Bob's pickup and began to sing. Sleepy had a beautiful voice and carried the melody, while Bob and Patricia added two different harmony parts. Their voices blended so naturally that one song led to another, and before they knew it, they had been sitting there for hours. Outside the cafe, with young people coming and going, and the lights of Skeeter's glowing nearby, the three friends sang just for the joy of singing together. One of their favorite songs was "Someone's in the Kitchen with Dinah." They sang it again and again, experimenting with the parts, laughing when something went wrong, and starting over until the three-part harmony sounded just right. There was no stage, no audience, and no fancy equipment, just three young voices inside an old Ford pickup, filling the night with music. Sleepy had already been a good friend to both Bob and Patricia, but something special happened during those long hours of singing. Their shared love of music formed a bond between the three of them, and the memory of their little pickup trio stayed with them for the rest of their lives. Several months later, Patricia was once again riding around Jayton with Jody, Jean, and Pat when they spotted a carload of handsome boys pulling up in front of Skeeter's. The girls slowed down for a better look. "Hubba-Hubba! Woo-woo!" Pat exclaimed. "Yeah, Hubba-Hubba!" the others agreed. But Patricia didn't say a word. She simply sat there smiling, because she already had Bob. "Hubba-Hubba! Woo-woo! Yeah!"